All right, you guys, this is part three, you guys, and I'm in the Green Valley area. If you know, you know. Look how beautiful it is, you guys. A little windy. I do have a dress on, so I'm trying to hold the dress down. But part three. When it comes to the 99-cent store, where do they get all their items? China. So with that being said, I'm not smiling, but it's just a really beautiful day. And actually, maybe I'll sit down over here, you guys. They get their items from China. I think there's a lot of issues with China right now that a lot of people might not be, actually come over here, might not be aware of. Meaning, I'll give you an example. So yesterday I met this lady to buy some of her product, you guys. A lot of her product. I saw it about a week ago, and I asked her if she'd be willing to sell me all of her product. She told me the price. Of course, me, you know, I'm a hustler. I want it cheaper than that. Went over to her house. She pulled everything out. Great product. Great, amazing product. I know she got it from China because as I looked at it, it showed me, you know, where she got it from. And I saw some of the shipping labels. Great product. Where I met her, she was selling at a particular function setting, and I just think it wasn't the right time or the right place. Now this particular product will do very well, especially coming up, and I have a venue that I'm trying to attend, and I think it would do amazing there. She was telling me that basically she had a store at one point. Her store closed down, just like the 99-cent store, and she has all this leftover merchandise, you know, products from her store. It was a very large store, very popular here in Vegas. And I do believe she's well known in a certain community. So she was telling me about the shipping containers and how at one point it used to cost $2,000, and she was telling me the prices of a 20-foot container and a 40-foot container, and it got all the way, and we were talking, and she got all the way up to like $15,000 to $20,000 just to get this particular China shipped to her, which was, she said she just couldn't do it anymore. I think that's a lot of businesses right now, including the 99-cent store. They just can't do it. Now, of course, she's different. She would be a small business owner. These places like Walmart, Target, so on and so forth, they're billion-dollar companies. Of course, they have thousands of stores. You know, they're going to get a great deal, and they have a little bit more money to play with. But I think with these 99-cent stores in these lower end, maybe you could say two-tier, I don't know, retail stores, meaning 99-cent store, Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, you know, hitting a certain demographic, I think personally they couldn't do it anymore because of the shipping, interest rates, and the consumer. Interest rate, shipping containers, and the consumer. Most of these items, if you walk through the 99-cent store, you're not seeing made in America. You're seeing China. This stuff is made in China. It's cheap goods that don't last for very long. I'm not talking food, but you know, the little throwaways, your buckets, your plastic goods, cheap toys, stuff like that. I think it's getting more and more expensive to ship that stuff here. Plus, the consumer is not buying like they used to. Being in the retail industry for 28 years, over 2 decades, you guys, I've watched people come and go, and when I do find someone that I can actually have a conversation with, I usually lead with, you know, if you're black, white, it doesn't matter, Asian, Hispanic, old, young, disabled, it doesn't matter. We all have to eat, we all have to do hygiene, certain things we all need, and at one point you're going to come to the grocery store, right? You're gonna come to the grocery store. So for me, working in the retail industry for so long, I've watched people, say Jan and Bob come in once a week, and they're a family of 5. They always spend $500. Through the years, just especially since 2020, and even before then, 2017 is when I really started. 2017, 2018, 2019 is when I really started paying attention. People would come in, spend $500 once a week, payday, Friday. They would come in, and now they're only spending $450. Then they're only spending $400. Then they're only spending $300, and the basket's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. The products are getting more expensive. I tell people a great way, and maybe I wanted to do this for a very long time, to explain in layman's terms. I love layman's terms because I don't like all the big words. Charts, I love reading a good chart, but not everybody wants to read a chart. Basically breaking down what inflation is, and it's like basically it's using loaves of bread, and it really breaks it down for the average person to show them what inflation is, and then how the quality is going down, and how things are shrinkflation. Shrinkflation, basically, you used to buy a loaf of bread and had maybe 20 slices in it. Now it only has 15, and the slices got smaller and thinner, or you know what I'm saying. Circling back around to the 99-cent store, I really think that China, if you pay attention to economics and what's going on globally, not just here in your state, your city, your town, whatever, you're globally paying attention, China's going through a bit of a rough patch. I think we all are, but China, that's where we get a lot of our goods. Did you know we get a lot of our medication? I don't. Feel free to comment down below if you want to correct me, which I don't mind correction when it's nice correction, not nasty or you want to be mean, but nice correction. I think 70 or 80, 90% of our pharmaceuticals is made in China and is shipped here. Fun fact. So we learned that during 2020 that a lot of the stuff wasn't even made here. It's made overseas and then it's shipped here, and it's like, whoa, there was a lot of shortages on different medicines. Circling back around, sorry, because you guys know I'm long-winded and I love to ramble. Back to the 99-cent stores. If China's having issues, it's going to affect a lot of stores here. The product being shipped here in shipping containers, so profit is definitely going to be what? It's going to be less, right? Because they can't turn am I saying that right? Yeah, because they can't turn a profit because they're paying more in shipping. If you're paying more in shipping, how exactly are you to turn a profit when you're already squeezed so tight? I mean, we're talking about the 99-cent store. We're not talking about Nordstrom's, Dillard's, all these high-end places, where you can shop or whatever. We're talking a 99-cent store. The consumer, let's talk about the consumer. The consumer's not spending, like, I don't care what anybody says. I used to be out in these streets, and what I mean by that, these extreme couponing deals, liquidations. I remember when Kmart went out of business. Oh, big shout out to all the liquidators. I knew them by name, and they knew me because I was in the store buying up stuff. That was back, I probably would say maybe in my peak, where I was buying out, like, it was nice. I'm just saying. There's your opportunity, you guys. Yes, it's sad that people are losing their jobs, but that was the opportunity, and I made money off of it. With that being said, the consumer strapped. Not everybody. I used to think I was middle class. Now I don't even know what I am. I think we're going to get to the point to where there's going to be the elite and then poor. There's no in between. You either got billions or you got nothing. That's just my opinion. It seems to be going that way. But the consumer strapped. You can see it. You can see just going out and about. There used to be a point to where I would walk these stores and do these daily walkthroughs and put them up on YouTube. Please feel free to scroll back. Go back 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. You'll see me walking through these stores quite often, looking for deals to flip. Now, when I walk through the stores, I'm seeing people with less in their basket. I'm seeing less bags walking out the store. I'm seeing, as a mom, I see a lot of families in there telling their kids, and I hear it. This is Walmart. I'll give Walmart for example. No, put that back. We can't afford it. Which, rule number 1, you guys, whatever you speak, your mouth is, you're casting a spell, you guys. Don't speak negatively about yourself. If you say you're broke, you most definitely are broke. It's a process. I don't think I say it anymore, but whatever you say, will surely come back to you. If you're saying no all the time, you're being negative. If you're saying no, I can't afford this, yeah, you're right, you can't afford it. You have to have a different mindset. It's all about mindset. But back to the consumer. The consumer, they're strapped. They don't have money like they used to. People are spending less. They're getting less. They're starting to notice that the products that they buy every day aren't the same. They're not tasting the same. They're not looking the same. It's not the same quality. They're getting pissed off, you know, as they should. You know, I'm spending more money for this particular drink or food item. I'm getting less of it. And, you know, it doesn't even taste the same. Why am I spending this money? You know, which is going to affect the companies, because now people are picking and choosing what they want. They might have previously bought maybe 20, 25, you know, walking into a Target, Walmart, any of these stores, any of them, shoe stores, grocery store, any of these stores. They might have previously bought a couple items that they didn't need. Now they're really sitting and budgeting and saying, ooh, you know what? I really want this cake, but you know what? The price has risen $3, $4, $5, and coffee's risen, or canned goods, or butter, or eggs, necessities, you know, staples that everybody uses. They're making decisions, and then that affects what? It's all a big cycle, you guys. That affects, so if you're not buying, oh, I don't know, I'm just going to say ketchup. I don't know why. If you're not buying ketchup anymore, a particular brand, well, okay, now that company or business is struggling because no one's buying it anymore, because maybe the quality, or they just can't afford it. Maybe it's a little bit more expensive, but it tastes real good. So then they go out of business. Then what happens? Those employees that they were employing don't have money. There's something, because I actually have a few family members that used to work for GM decades ago. So what was that old saying? The GM dollar sets the tone of the economy, or something. Like the GM dollar would be like $20, because a GM person would go out and spend their money into society, and it would work. You know, you guys get, I think you guys get what I'm saying. If not, just Google it, do your own due diligence, the GM dollar. So it's a big cycle or domino effect. Okay, someone loses their job, like I said in, I think, video 1 or 2, I can't remember, part 1 or 2. Okay, so someone loses their job. Okay, maybe they fall behind on rent. Uh-oh. What does that affect? That affects the landlord. They can't maybe now pay their mortgage, because now they have somebody that's either they got to evict, or they're not paying their rent, so that puts them behind. Same, the person is making choices. Should I pay my rent, or eat, or pay my car insurance? Uh-oh, can't pay my car insurance. Well, you know what that means. You start getting hit, and you have to have car insurance, so you start getting tickets. Boom, that's another bill. Okay, then you maybe can't pay the car payment. Forget insurance, can't pay the car payment. The car gets taken. Uh-oh, now you did maybe possibly find a job. You can't go to the job because you lost your car. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a big domino effect. And I just see, when I see, I'm not saying lower level, but when I see retailers that are down here, the 99-cent store, struggling like they are, and they have items that are really super cheap in there. Everybody has $1. I don't care. Everybody has $1. If they're struggling, what will that say? What does that say about the economy? What does that say about other retailers? All right, you guys, my lunch meeting is in a few minutes, I think. Beautiful day, beautiful day. Thank you for listening to me ramble, you guys. That was part 1, part 2, part 3. Feel free to find those on YouTube, you guys. I might be back, I think, to social media, sounding the horn. I really don't know if I want to, because it's very mentally draining, trying to point people in a certain direction. What is that? You can't lead a horse to water. But the 99-cent stores closing abruptly like they did, announcing it, not trying to do any restructuring, really puts, you know, ding, something's going on. All right, with that being said, I hope everybody has an amazing day. It's beautiful outside. You know, live your life. I mean, certain stuff, if you don't have control over it, it is what it is, you guys. You got to keep living your life. Just don't be alive. All right, you guys, have a great day.